All rise, we will obey. The International Criminal Court is now in session. L'audience de la Cour Penal International est ouverte. Please be seated. Veuillez vous asseoir.
Thank you very much. Court officer, please announce the case.
Thank you, Mr. President. Situation in the Republic of Kenya in the case of the prosecutor versus William Samoei Ruto and Joshua Arap Sang, ICC 01090111. And we're in open session, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Appearances, I see, remain the same. Mr. Steinberg nods.
Correct, Your Honor.
Yes. And defense counsel as well. Thank you. We will continue with the witness's examination in chief. Thank you very much, witness, and welcome back. Mr. Garcia, you said you have 15 minutes. I know I asked some questions at the end of the day. In fact, I did not finish my questions, but you can proceed. If I need to return, I will do that on completion of your own exercise.
Thank you, Your Honors.
I also noticed that you may not have put on record every as intended into as in acquire the exhibit numbers for all of the items you had canvassed in so far. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor, and I thank the court for its reminder that we received yesterday. Indeed, I hadn't finished with the video, and I will ask the court to have it tendered into evidence along with the transcript and the translation after I have a couple of additional questions on that matter. And there was one other document that was cited in that email, and I'm very grateful to the court. I will be asking that document as well to be tendered into evidence.
We will do that. Yesterday on the video, there was a frozen frame with people standing. Was that where we stopped? You freeze-framed it somewhere.
Yes, Your Honor. I have the timestamp. I think it's 1 minute 33, but I will have concluded my questions upon thinking about this last night. I'll have just one additional question on the matter for the witness, and I'll go on to another topic which I feel is more important at this point.
Thank you. If you will not start with that frozen frame, at the end of it, could you kindly pull it up, please?
We can put it up immediately, Your Honor.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Where it appeared to have been a pose where we were discussing the significance of the regalia.
Yes.
And standing, a number of people standing for what might have been a photo opportunity. I'm not sure.
We have an image on the screen, Your Honor, and that might have been just a couple of seconds before where we stopped it yesterday.
Maybe one of your colleagues can attend to it. If you have other questions, you can continue and we'll return to it. What I'm looking for is there was a shot of an image that apparently would be Mr. Ruto standing with other people we've seen in the course of this testimony, other personalities that we might have seen, including the gentleman from the coast, as well as, I believe, Mr. Musalia might have in the case. So if we can find that, we don't need to delay matters and look for it.
If the court will just give me 1 minute, I hear that one of my colleagues has maybe found the exact reference.
That is it? Okay. Is it possible for us to get a more comprehensive view of all those standing?
We're playing the video, and it's going to get to the point where they're all standing, Your Honor, and we'll stop it at that point, and I'll ask the witness some questions in that regard.
It's all agreed that we're now seeing
Mr. Witness, I understand you have it before your screen. Can you tell us who we're seeing on the screen at this point?
No, go on. That was Mr. Odinga, wasn't it?
Now, Mr. Witness, you see before you we have a shot of the video. Can you tell us who is in that video, starting from the person dressed in yellow? Who is that person?
Raila Odinga, Your Honor.
So the timestamp is 1:28:17. Now the person standing immediately to the right of Mr. Raila Odinga, can you tell us who that person is?
Musalia Mudavadi, Your Honor.
And to the right of Mr. William Ruto, can you tell us who that is?
Najib Balala, Your Honor.
Can you give us the spelling, please?
Najib, then Ballala, Your Honor.
Can you tell us who that is?
He was a member of parliament in Coast Province, Your Honor.
Is this a person of Kalenjin ethnicity?
No, Your Honor.
What ethnicity?
He's from Coast, Your Honor.
I understand line 24, page 4, it's Musalia Mudavadi, just for the transcript. Now, are you able to identify the person who is in red?
Olenjimama, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Mr. Witness, could you repeat that, please?
Olenjimama, Your Honor.
And can you please spell the name out for us?
O-E-L-E, then N-G-I-M-A, T-I-M-A-M-A, Your Honor.
And can you tell the court who this person is?
He was a member of Narok constituency, Your Honor.
Can you please repeat the last part of your answer? A member of?
Narok constituency, Your Honor.
Is it N-A-R-O-K? Is that the spelling, or can you give us a spelling?
Yes, Your Honor.
So it's N-A-R-O-K constituency.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you tell us of what ethnicity this person is?
He is a Maasai, Your Honor.
So the answer is Maasai. Line 3, page 6. Now, Mr. Witness, you've seen these images, these extracts that I've...
1 second, please. You said Mr. Olenti Manana is a gentleman standing next to Mr. Balalam, you say?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And you say he's a Maasai?
Yes, Your Honor.
We also see somebody else right at the, after him, standing to his right, Mr. Ntimanana's right. We have seen that person before.
He's Honorable Gaiseri, Your Honor.
How do you spell that?
N-G-A-I-S-E-R-Y, Your Honor. R-I, Your Honor.
Again, for the completion of the narrative, who is he?
He is a member of parliament again from Maasai Land, Your Honor.
We saw him in an earlier shot, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Witness, initially during your testimony, you were speaking to us about the fact that you had seen on TV, Citizen TV, I believe it is, images of Mr. Ruto being pronounced Kalenjin spokesman and pronounced king. Now, I showed you different extracts from a video that you've seen different people speaking, Mr. William Ruto as well. Are you familiar with those extracts? Have you seen them before, those images?
I only saw them in Citizen TV after the meeting, Your Honor.
Okay. So that's exactly what I wanted to confirm with you. Are you telling us that some of these extracts that you've seen in the video, they're the same as the ones you would have seen on Citizen TV of that ceremony where Mr. William Ruto would have been pronounced spokesperson and king? Are they the same?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. Your Honors, I'd like to introduce into evidence the video itself, which is KenOTP 00330102, as well as the transcript and the translation of that video.
Any objection? No objection. The materials would be introduced as the next exhibits in the prosecutor's exhibits.
Thank you, Mr. President. The video KenOTP 00330102 will bear the following EVD number, EVD-T-OTP-00037. The transcript of the video KenOTP 00690127 will bear the EVD number EVD-T-OTP-00038, and the translation of the transcript KenOTP 00851200 will bear the EVD number EVD-T-OTP-00039. And all three items will be registered as public items. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Prosecutor, are you done with your questions on the video?
Yes, I am done with those questions.
All right. I have a few for the witness. Witness, we're now looking at that frozen image, and you've told us who we see. You answered the prosecutor's question about the ethnicity of Mr. Balala, and you said he is not Kalenjin. Who, apart from Mr. Ruto, appearing on this frozen image, is Kalenjin?
Your Honor, the one who is behind Mr. Raila Odinga is Mr. Musa Sirma, Your Honor.
All right. So Mr. Odinga is not Kalenjin.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Mudavadi is not Kalenjin.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Olente Manana is not Kalenjin, is he?
He's not, Your Honor.
And Mr. Ngai Seri is also not Kalenjin.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. What about political parties? Is there any of these gentlemen who is not a member of the ODM?
By that time, they were all in ODM, Your Honor.
All of them in the ODM?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. That's all. You may ask follow-up questions, prosecutor.
Now, Mr. Witness, just one follow-up question. If you look at your screen, I think you can see Miss Lena in the background. Is that correct?
Yes, it's behind Mr. Olendimama, Your Honor.
Now, from what I understand, she is a person of Kalenjin ethnicity. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. Now, I'd like to just change subject with you. Now, yesterday during your testimony, page 79 of the real-time transcript, you told the court that Mr. Jackson Kibor was given a position whereby he was a member of the Kalenjin Council of Elders. Do you recall that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you tell the court when he would have been given this position within the Kalenjin Council of Elders?
I don't know the date or the month, Your Honor, but there was a meeting whereby they was elected as Kalenjin Council of Elders, Your Honor.
Now, I understand that this would have been after the meeting that we've seen at the Eldoret Sports Club. Is that correct?
Your Honor, I'm not sure, and I don't want to say, but I'm not sure, but there was a day whereby some elders were elected as members of Kalenjin Council of Elders, Your Honor.
Without being able to give us an accurate or an exact date, do you remember what year this would have been in? If you're not sure, then just say that, just tell that to the court. But
it was in 1997, Your Honor. 2007, Your Honor.
all right, so it was in 2007. Now, can you tell us, or can you tell the court, what is it that you know about this Kalenjin Council of Elders? What is that exactly?
Your Honor, it was my first time to hear of Kalenjin Council of Elders in 2007, because since then we had there was nothing known as Kalenjin Council of Elders, and it came through KAS-FM, and Kalenjins were advised that they had been lost for many years, and we have to regroup each other, and it started just that way to a moment whereby we saw people have been elected as members, Your Honor.
Now, you say that this came through CAS FM. Do you remember who exactly at CAS FM spoke about the Kalenjin Council of Elders?
Your Honor, it was spoken both by Mr. Joshua Sang and some other. There was Kalenjin, which was in abroad. I don't think it's London. They were the people who are bringing that knowledge to the people, to the Kalenjin community through CAS FM, Your Honor.
All right. Line 25 of page 10, the witness says there were Kalenjin, and I think which were abroad. You mean abroad, in London. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now,
Prosecutor, do you want to clarify the sentence in line 15? Did it mean to say that since 2007 there was nothing known as Kalenjin Council of Elders, or did it mean to say before 2007 there was no such thing?
I will be clarifying. Mr. Witness, before I go on to my other questions, you stated at the start of your response, it was my first time to hear of Kalenjin Council of Elders in 2007, because since then there was nothing known as Kalenjin Councils of Elders. Now, can you explain that a little bit further to the court? Is it 2007 the first time you heard about it?
Your Honor, it came only in 2007. Before 2007, there was nothing known as Kalenjin Council of Elders.
Now, you say you heard this on CAS FM and that Mr. Joshua Sang would have spoken about it. Do you remember on what program?
It was in Lene, and there was another program again in the evening whereby Joshua Sang was also hosting the program. I don't remember the name of the program, Your Honor.
You've also said that, and I quote you, they had been lost for many years and we have to regroup each other. What exactly was said by Mr. Sang? Can you explain that a little bit further for the court?
Your Honor, there's a belief in Kalenjin that when Kim Nyole was killed, it brought calamity to the Kalenjin community, Your Honor. And some few people were saying that we are trying to cleanse what happened because they believed that their king was killed by fellow Kalenjins and they had to cleanse what happened.
Just to go through your response to clarify, you started by saying, Your Honor, there's a belief in Kalenjin that when Kim, and can you tell us the name of the person that you referred to?
The king, the last king of the Kalenjin, Kim Nyole, Somoe. I don't remember the other name.
Okay, so it's the person that you mentioned yesterday,
Yes,
Samoe,
yes,
the last king of the Kalenjin. And you say that when he was killed, it brought calamity to the Kalenjin community. That's correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, would I be Koitalel Samuel?
Koitalel Somoe, Your Honor.
All right. But what did you refer to him as in, what's that line again, prosecutor? We need to get the record straight on that.
That's page 12, line 8, 9.
Can you spell the terminology you used? Did you say Kim Nyole or King Nyole?
Kim Nyole, but it's Koitalel, Your Honor.
All right, we know who you're referring to, so let's proceed.
All right, so you said that it had brought calamity to the Kalenjin community. But what was Mr. Sang saying on CAS FM regarding the Council of Elders?
Your Honor, I didn't understand whatever it meant by the Council of Elders because it had nothing to do with the kingship or the family of the late Kim Nyole. Because yesterday I told you that kingship was only in Kalenjin about the family of Koitare Somoe. And what was done to me, it was only in a political way of some few people, not representing the whole community on.
Now, just so we understand you well, are you speaking about the Council of Elders at this point, that it was just political?
It was political, Your Honor.
And I understand that maybe you didn't understand why this Council of Elders was being formed, but could you tell us what Mr. Joshua Sang was saying about it? What was he telling the people on the air?
Your Honor, he was saying that the Kalenjin community, we have been left behind for a very long time, and each time we stand by ourselves and we come and we be strong under the leadership of the Kalenjin Council of Elders, Your Honor.
And did Mr. Joshua Sang mention who was part of this Council of Elders? Who were the people that were the members?
Your Honor, he didn't mention them before they were elected, but after they were elected is when they were mentioned. He mentioned some names, Your Honor.
All right. You say that they were elected. Can you give us more information on when this would have happened and where?
I don't remember where and when exactly they were elected, but it was in 2007, Your Honor.
Can you tell us who would have elected them, the members of the Council of Elders?
Your Honor, that is something I didn't know because the community was not called to select a person, or even in our village we were not asked that there is a selection of people, you can select someone to be a member of the Council of Elders, Your Honor. I don't know the formula of which they used to select the members, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
But what I understand, the Council of Elders came from each community of the Kalenjin community, Your Honor. Each tribe of the Kalenjin community.
All right. Just to understand that last point, and just to be clear, were there people of other ethnicity other than the Kalenjin ethnicity who were part of this Kalenjin Council of Elders?
Your Honor, in Kalenjin there are sub-tribes, and they came from each sub-tribe. Just like the Nandi, the Keyo, the Marakwet, and members came from all those sub-tribes, Your Honor.
All right. So just so that we understand you clearly, the members were all Kalenjin, of Kalenjin ethnicity?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, could you tell the court who were these elected members of the Kalenjin Council of Elders?
Your Honor, I remember just a few. I remember retired Major Sumbeyo. I remember John Goethe.
So the first name you mention is Mr. John Sumbeyo. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And for the record, it's Sumbeyo, Major Sumbeyo. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the other name you gave is John Koech.
Yes, Your Honor.
And just for the record, it's K-O-E-C-H. Can you give us, do you recall other members who had been elected to this Kalenjin Council of Elders?
I don't remember, but Honorable Ruto was made the spokesman, Your Honor.
Prosecutor, 1 second. Witness, could you kindly spell, is that Kip Nyolel or Kim Nyolel? You've used that terminology a few times.
K-I-K-I-P-N-Y-O-L-E.
All right, so that when court reporters correct the record, it needs to be rightly reflected. Thank you.
And just, Mr. Witness, so we can understand that last response you said, but you said that the Honorable Ruto was made the spokesman.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, previous to this, in your testimony yesterday, you said he was the spokesman of the Kalenjin community. What was he in reference to this Council of Elders, Kalenjin Council of Elders?
He was the spokesman, he was made the spokesman of the community. And according to what I heard from Joshua Sang, he was someone who could say anything and it could be done, because he was the last person, the Kalenjin community, to rely on your own.
So there's, just so we can understand that a bit better, the Kalenjin community included, from what you're saying, the Kalenjin Council of Elders. Is that correct, or is that incorrect?
They are all Kalenjins, Your Honor, they are included.
Now, can you just elaborate a bit more? You said that you heard from Joshua Sang that he was someone who could say anything and it could be done.
Your Honor, I can bring an example of after the post-election when the post-election violence was going on. Honorable Ruto didn't speak anything. But I remember one day he went to Kass FM, and again, I don't know if he started with Citizen TV or he started with Kass FM. But in Citizen TV, I remember he talked to the nation and he asked all Kenyans to stop war. But when he was in Kass FM, he talked even in Kalenjin, and he asked people that they should unblock the roads which they were blocked and stop fighting. And, Your Honor, it was respected even in my village. And over radio, I heard that all, because it was Joshua Sang who was speaking again that day. He was saying some, for example, a certain place, the roads are clear, calm has come back. And I knew that the Kalenjins were really adoring William Ruto, or they were respecting his words. Because immediately after he spoke, the roads were unblocked, which were blocked. And it came to my mind that the first day which the fighting started, especially in the area of the Kalenjin community, if Honorable Ruto could have gone to Kass FM or could have gone to any TV or radio station and asked the Kalenjins to stop fighting, the fighting could not have gone, or the damages which were done couldn't have been done to that extent, Your Honor.
Now, just for the record, it's page 17, line 16, is the Kalenjins were really adoring William Ruto. That's correct, Mr. Witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, witness, also I need to remind you again to try and observe some pause between the completion of the prosecutor's questions and you beginning to answer, so that the interpreters don't struggle too hard to catch up to what you're saying, and also speak at moderate pace. Thank you.
Now, Mr. Witness, in regards to this, what you just told us about, when Mr. William Ruto went on Kass FM, do you remember when this would have occurred? In what month?
It was in January 2008, Your Honor.
Would you be able to tell us approximately what day in January?
I remember it was in Nairobi, Your Honor.
And you say that it would have been Mr. Sang would have said this later on. Was this on the same day or day afterwards, or can you be a little more precise?
I'm not sure, but as from that day which Ruto had gone to Kass FM, Joshua Sang had been emphasizing peace, Your Honor. He was talking only about peace, Your Honor.
And one last question on this whole issue, Mr. Witness. When Mr. Sang was speaking, or Mr. Ruto was speaking on the radio on that day on Kass FM, was this something that was live, or was this something that had been recorded previously?
It was live it was live at Kass FM, and it was also live at Citizen TV, Your Honor.
If I can have 30 seconds, Your Honor. Your Honors, I don't have any more questions for the witness. Thank you, Mr. Witness. I'd like to just introduce into evidence the PIS document. I have an amended PIS document with one correction. So one amended PIS with number 15 has been amended so that it corresponds to what the witness told us in testimony. And I'll ask as well for the introduction into evidence of document KenOTP 0073-0307, which is a sketch that was shown to the witness. The witness confirmed that it was his. And we'll also ask for the introduction of that item into evidence, prosecution evidence.
Where is that tab again?
Tab 2, Your Honor.
Any objections from counsel from the defense side?
No objection, Your Honor. No objection, Your Honor.
The documents will be received into the record.
If I could solicit the help of the court officer for the amended PIS, which can be put into the record, the paper copy.
Thank you, Mr. President. The initial PIS as well as the amended PIS will bear the following number: Ken PIS 0001 0026. And document Ken-OTP 0073 0307 will bear the EVD number EVD-T-OTP 00040 and will be registered as confidential.
So that would be prosecution exhibit number 40. Thank you. Witness, the prosecutor has finished asking you questions in his examination in chief. Now it will be the turn of the defense counsel to ask you questions as well. Please keep in mind the advice given to you earlier. Now listen carefully. Make sure you understand the questions before you start answering them. And also try to observe the pauses we've talked about so that your testimony could be accurately and correctly recorded. Mr. Kigen-Katwa, you said you will go first.
I'm ready, Your Honor.
You're ready. Do we have an idea of how long you might take?
Your Honor, as at close of day yesterday, I had expected that I would take 2 sessions, but there's so much material that has been alleged against my client today. In all likelihood, I'll take 3 sessions, Mr. President.
So you will be finishing by tomorrow, that's what you're saying?
I think definitely by tomorrow, yes, Your Honor.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Please proceed. We are in open session. Do you want to be in open session? Starting.
Yes, Mr. President. Now, Mr. Witness, you say used to listen to KAS FM, isn't it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you said you used to listen to it approximately how frequently?
Maybe in the evening always, but in the morning maybe 3 times in a week, Your Honor.
Okay, and you said that Mr. Sang's program would mainly be in the morning. Is that what you said?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so the presumption is that you used to listen to, whenever you would listen to the KAS FM, you would be listening to Sang within the period of the morning section of the day, isn't it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what program was that, Mr. Witness?
They name it, Your Honor.
Mr. Witness, do you have any recollection of Mr. Sang having run another program other than the Lene Emet program that you say you had him conduct?
Yes, Your Honor. In the evenings, there was another program, although he was not running it alone always, but I don't remember the name of the program, Your Honor.
So, according to you, he had another program in the evening, and you don't remember the name of that program?
It was not a program run by Joshua alone, Your Honor. Sometimes it was run by other broadcasters, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Witness, so that we are clear, the issues you've raised today as against Mr. Sang, including the allegations that he used the word Murgelda, that he used the word Kapchelet, that he used the words weeds, were they specifically in the Lene Emet program, or what is your explanation on that?
It was in the Lene Emet program, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. Now, on that issue of Lene Emet program, you said you'd listen to it about 2 or 3 times in a week in the morning. Could I ask you for approximately since when did you listen to Mr. Sang in that program?
I don't remember the period of which I had listened to it, Your Honor.
Could you give us a rough estimate, even in terms of years? Since which year? 2005, 2000, 2001? Could you give us a rough estimate of the time from when you recall you started listening to him?
I can't remember, Your Honor.
And do you recall if you used to run it exclusively, or you had any other people with whom you used to run that program?
Your Honor, most of the times he was running it alone, and maybe when he was not there, there could be other people who could run it, Your Honor.
So you acknowledge that the other people would be running the program, isn't it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Could you tell us who are these other people, to the best of your recollection, Mr. Witness?
There was a lady known as, I don't remember the name, Your Honor, but there was a lady who could run the program, Your Honor, when Joshua Sang was not there, Your Honor.
So it is your testimony that other than Sang, there was only one other person who was a lady? Or there were other people, more than one person?
Mostly it was the lady who was running, but sometimes another broadcaster could run, but I don't remember their names now, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Witness, to the best of your recollection, in what language was Mr. Sang running the program?
Kalenjin, Your Honor.
Did he run it in any other language other than Kalenjin, to the best of your recollection?
Your Honor, maybe during 2007, when, as I had told the court, when someone who is not a Kalenjin, it came to KAS FM to sell policies of his party or a party, and he was not a Kalenjin, Joshua Sang could change the topic and speak in English or Swahili, Your Honor.
Now, witness, you said that in the course of your testimony the last 3 days, is it true that you said that there were occasions when village elders assisted in the, Did you say Mr. Sang was promoting Mr. Ruto? First of all, let's start there.
Yes, Your Honor. During the campaign season of 2007, Mr. Joshua Sang was openly campaigning for Honorable William Ruto, Your Honor.
And what of Mr. Kibor?
Mr. Kibor, in the grassroots, he was also campaigning for William Ruto, and there is a day whereby he went to KSFM also to campaign for William Ruto, Your Honor.
You also mentioned one Mr. Isaac Mayor, didn't you?
I mentioned him, Your Honor.
And according to you, whom was he campaigning for?
He was also campaigning for William Ruto, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Witness, all these people who are campaigning for Mr. Ruto, that is Joshua Sang, Jackson Kibor, Isaac Mayo, they were campaigning for Mr. Ruto as opposed to who?
In 2007, Mr. Ruto was opposed to one Mr. Jalilim, Your Honor.
Could you give the court the spelling of that name, Mr. Witness?
C-H-E-L-I-L-I-M, Your Honor.
And what was the objective? What was the intention? They were campaigning for Mr. Ruto. With what objective?
Your Honor, the best of my knowledge, the people were not even against Mr. Jalilim, but they were against the first president, the second president, Daniel Moi, because Mr. Jalilim was supported by President Daniel Moi, Your Honor.
Mr. Witness, my question is more to this effect. You say Mr. Sang was putting in every effort to promote Mr. Ruto, isn't it?
Yes, Your Honor.
You say the same about Mr. Jackson Kibor and Mr. Isaac Mayo, isn't it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And my question is, they were supporting him with a view to what? So that what would happen?
Your Honor, William Ruto had in one point decided that he will be the president of Kenya. He will stand for the presidency of Kenya.
Let me put it this other way, Mr. Witness. They were all seeking to procure the election of Mr. Ruto, isn't it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. Now, you also said that there were instances when village elders were also assisting in these campaigns. Is that what you said also?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you say also Council of Elders assisted to this effect?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you say also all elected leaders?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Kigen-Katwa, I don't want to take you off your stride, but at the point when your question about your leading question about the election of Mr. Ruto came in, the witness had before that, immediately before that, talked about Mr. Ruto being a candidate for presidency of Kenya. Is that what the election you spoke about was directed at?
Mr. President, I can ask questions in respect to that and probably get the witness to explain. Mr. Witness, when I asked you what was the purpose of all these contentions you make about promoting Mr. Ruto, you said that on the other side was retired president. Did you say that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Could you tell the court what is the name of that individual you are referring to?
Daniel Moi, Your Honor.
And could you tell us whether it is your contention that he was seeking an elective post as against Mr. Ruto?
No, President Moi was not seeking an elective post by that time, Your Honor.
Witness, when you say you answered Council's question that eventually that the purpose of Mr. Sang and Mr. Kibo campaigning for Mr. Ruto was for Mr. Ruto to get elected. To get elected into what office?
First of all, they were, in that time, before you were elected to be a president, you must have to be elected as an MP. And there was two seats of which Ruto was vying. He was vying first for the member of parliament of Eldoret North and the president of Kenya.
Thank you.
Mr. Witness, I want to ask you a few questions about the video that you identified. And the first question I want to ask you is, do you recall that video, first of all, Mr. Witness, the one we watched yesterday and this morning?
I saw it in Citizen TV, Your Honor.
Now, my question, Mr. Witness, is, first of all, is it you who obtained that video for the prosecution?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Witness, is it your testimony that that is the exact video that you had seen earlier before you came to come and testify?
I saw it, Your Honor. I saw it in Citizen TV. That was the ceremony which was conducted at Eldoret Sports Club, Your Honor.
Mr. Witness, I think I've understood you that you could recognize the ceremony, isn't it?
Yes, Your Honor.
My question is that the exact video that you had seen in respect to that ceremony, or is it a video that reflects what you may have seen earlier on as the ceremony?
Your Honor, the video which I saw it even more than I saw in the news because it was cut in short with the news. But the way it was played since yesterday, it was even longer than what I saw, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Witness, what you're saying is that what you saw previously was shorter than what you saw when you came to court, isn't it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the one you saw in court was more detailed than any other video you had seen previously, isn't it?
I don't understand your question, Your Honor.
Did you say that the one you had seen earlier had been cut for purposes of news?
Yes, Your Honor.
And this one was much longer, isn't it?
Yes, Your Honor.
With more content, Mr. Witness?
Yes, it show everyone who was there, and maybe by that time I didn't have time to look for all people who were there, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Witness, when you looked at that video, did you see Mr. Sang anywhere in that video when the prosecution gave you?
I didn't see him, Your Honor.
You would also confirm that you never heard him speak?
I never heard him speak on the video, Your Honor.
And so when you testify that Mr. Sang was present, it is based on other circumstances other than the face of the video, isn't it, Mr. Witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Witness, did you attend that function?
I didn't attend, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Witness, it is your testimony that it is the prosecution who invited you to the video when you are sitting with them to prepare to come and testify, isn't it?
Yes, I saw the video first when I came here, Your Honor, but I had seen him at Citizen TV in Kenya in 2008, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Witness, I want us to relate that with what you said about Mr. Sang. Mr. Witness, you said about Mr. Sang that he used the word Murkelda, did you?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also said that he used the word Kapchalet.
Yes, Your Honor.
You also said that he said that weeds should be removed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, it will help if these terminologies are spelled again. I know they were spelled earlier yesterday, but it might make it easier for court reporters if we spell them again as you come upon them. It would also be very helpful if all counsel who anticipate using some terminology could give the list of it ahead of time to the court reporters. It would make it easier for their work, for everyone's work. Possibly also consider speaking notes, the advisability of sharing speaking notes with interpreters and court reporters. From my own experience, I found it very useful. So unless there's a serious reason why you don't want to do that, it is strongly recommended that those sorts of information be provided to the court reporters and interpreters in good time for them to also familiarize themselves with them and create their dictionaries for the record. Thank you.
Mr. President, we will endeavor to ensure that terminologies that are exceptional that we may use are in the hands of the interpreters. I will start again, Mr. President, with a view to having the spellings in place. Now, Mr. Witness, you said that Mr. Sang used the word Murkelda, didn't you?
I did, Your Honor.
Could you confirm that Murkelda is M-U-R-K-E-L-D-A?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also said you used the word capsulate.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the spelling is K-A-P-C-H-E-L-I-T.
Yes, Your Honor.
You also said that you used the word weeds, and that's in English, isn't it?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also alleged that Mr. Sang said that Kikuyus are thieves. Did you say that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also said that Mr. Sang said that a constituency cannot be created in urban centers, including Eldoret, isn't it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Witness, in respect to the situation that obtained on the video, the prosecution were able to show you something in support of the argument. You recall that, in terms of showing you the video in support of the contention of Mr. Ruto being made an elder. You recall that, Mr. Witness?
No, Your Honor. I had said that before in my statement.
But you didn't give the prosecution anything in support of that yourself, did you?
Your Honor, maybe they didn't ask me more details, and if they could have asked me, I would have told them, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. But the question and the situation remains that you did not come with anything yourself, isn't it, Mr. Witness?
I didn't come with any video to prove that, Your Honor.
Now, on these allegations against Mr. Sang, Murkelda, Kapchelet, Kikuyus are thieves, a constituency cannot be created in urban centers, that PNU is not your mother. Did you avail the prosecution any audio in support of that allegation, Mr. Witness?
No, Your Honor.
And in similar way that they did on the video, did they show you any audio that shows Mr. Sang saying any of those things, Mr. Witness?
No, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Witness, starting with the Murkelda, could you tell the court when exactly did you hear it?
It was in 2007, Your Honor. I don't remember the month or the date, Your Honor.
You have no recollection of the month or the date. What of the issue of the weed, Mr. Witness?
It was also in 2007, whereby, I think it was 2006, Your Honor, whereby there were claims that some constituencies should be divided, Your Honor. I don't remember the real year or month, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Witness, so that we don't repeat, I'll just give you the list. Just tell us if you have any recollection of exactly when you had any of the following. You also have the allegation that Mr. Sang used the word captured. You also say that Mr. Sang said PNU is not your mother. You also say that Mr. Sang said that Kikuyus are thieves. In that list that I've just read, I've just explained to you, do you recall possibly when you heard Mr. Sang saying them?
Your Honor, it's only the one of the weeds, which I'm not sure if it was 2007, but the others were in 2007. I don't remember the date of the month, Your Honor.
Counsel, look at line 10. Was that the term you used?
Mr. President, the word I had used is capchalit, and the spelling is Kapcchelit. Now, Mr. Witness, you recall that yesterday you said you could not recall one of the items, which turned out to be that you couldn't recall that Mr. Sang had used the word weeds. You recall that, Mr. Witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Witness, I want to show you the same document that was shown to you in trying to refresh your memory, and then I'll ask you a few questions.
Counsel, in fairness to the witness, you might ask him a question to clarify. I thought he had used a different word in Kalenjin and was asked what the meaning was, and he said the meaning was weeds. So I don't know if anything turns on the phrasing of your question, but we need to keep that in mind.
Mr. President, it is exactly the reason why I want to ask the question in
Fair
terms
enough.
of the phraseology used.
Thanks.
With your permission, Your Honors, I would like the witness to be given a copy of the document, Ken OTP 0081 0801, with particular reference to page 17 and 18, which is 0081 0818 to 0081 0819.
Do we have it in any tab?
Do not, Your Honor, but you recall you asked that question exactly the prosecution when they sought to refresh the witness memory. We were able yesterday to pull it up to the screen, and I would request the same. I have a hard copy for the witness, Mr. President.
Just a reminder that it is confidential, this document. Thank you.
Mr. President, my recollection is that indeed it is true, it is confidential, and we were able to conduct it in the open session. I think it is the bringing up and the circulation that should be limited to the court premises.
That's correct, Your Honor. That's how we proceeded yesterday.
If the court officer could assist it to hand over the document to the witness. Mr. Witness, based on the recollection that you were taken through yesterday, could I ask you, was it you who suggested the idea that Mr. Sang may have used the word weeds to the prosecution, or was it the prosecution who suggested it to you, Mr. Witness?
Your Honor, it's me who gave to the prosecution when I first met them, Your Honor.
Mr. Witness, what of the use of the word Murkelda? Was it you who suggested it, or was it the prosecution who did, Mr. Witness?
I did it. I gave them on my first meeting with them, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Witness, you have a document before you. I want to request you to look at page 18. Can you see that, Mr. Witness? It's the second page. Line 600, Mr. Witness. Can you see that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Witness, I will read it, and please confirm that what I'm reading is what you can also see, being the interview that you had with the prosecution. But just before that, could you confirm that is the exact interview you had with the prosecution, Mr. Witness?
Yes, I confirm, Your Honor.
I'll read, Mr. Witness. Interviewee, you are asking me about if there is other Kalenjins who are insulting the Kikuyus or what? Mr. Witness, could you confirm that is yourself speaking?
Yes, it's me, Your Honor.
And the person interviewing you asks you, no, I am going to ask a more direct question. Can you see that, Mr. Witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
And this is what the question that you are asked as the direct question you're being asked. Did you hear Mr. Joshua Sang in December 2007 or November 2007 referring to the Kikuyu in other derogatory terms like Murkelda, the stained teeth? Did he use other language to describe them? Can you see that, Mr. Witness?
I see it, Your Honor.
Could you confirm that it is the person interviewing you who is suggesting to you that Mr. Sang could have used the word Murkelda, Mr. Witness?
Your Honor, when you go back to where I started the story of Joshua Sang, you could see that it was me who brought all those things, all those names to the prosecution. The problem there was the person who was translating. We didn't understand each other, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'm going to object at this point. It's just on the basis, I understand that my learned friend is free to do what he can do legally, obviously, in cross-examination, but we have to be fair to the witness. And I'd refer my colleague to zero...
Mr. President. No. Yes. It's not necessary. The witness had indicated, I don't know if you listened to the witness's answer.
I did listen to the witness, obviously.
Wait. Does that not address the concern you want to now refer to?
It does address the concern, obviously. It's the witness testimony, but I just wanted to pinpoint to my learned friend, counsel for the defense, a reference.
Let's see if it's necessary to do that.
Because obviously it's the testimony, and defense counsel can use certain things or put propositions to the witness as long as they're reasonably based. In this case...
This witness doesn't seem to need that help at this point. He had told the defense counsel that no, he was the one who had introduced the terminology to the OTP. He said that clearly, so let's not argue about that.
And just on that, yes, indeed. And just on that point, the prosecution reserves itself the right to come back in re-examination with specific references on this specific issue, which is of importance.
We'll get to that if we need to.
Mr. Witness, it is true that previously Murkelda had come up, isn't it? That's what we are trying to explain, isn't it?
It was me who told the prosecution, and it was only that the translator, he was not getting me, and that's why the question came back to me again. It was asked the question of which I had said, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Witness, let's leave the issue of Murkelda aside. If you could go to line 627, can you go there, Mr. Witness? 626, actually. On the same page, Mr. Witness. Are you there, Mr. Witness?
626, Your Honor.
Yes. Could you confirm, I will read from 626 to 634 and then to the next page. That's not your name, and you exactly know my name. I know your name, you are called somebody, and then I call you another name. That's not yours. I don't think that's good. And then that's what you're explaining, isn't it, Mr. Witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, at 628, you said, you are asked, I'm going to ask you a few more direct questions about this. And then you say, yes. Did you, while you listened to Joshua Sang's show, did you hear any words? I have to say it in English because I don't know Kalenjin. Yes. Like, we need to remove the weeds. In fact, referring to other people. Can you see that, Mr. Witness?
I see, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Witness, you will confirm that unlike the use of the word Murkelda, the word weeds had not been used anywhere previously in your interview, isn't it?
It is me who came up with all those words, Your Honor. If you go back, if it was not written, it was me who talked about it. Even it was in a video, the video of which I played, I was talking can be played, and it was me who spoke about it, Your Honor.
Mr. Witness, we have access to what the prosecution did with you when you are preparing to come and testify. And you had seen this statement previously, Mr. Witness, isn't it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
To the extent and to the limit of my question, it is true that the words weeds had not been used or recorded anywhere in the interview, Mr. Witness, before this line 630, isn't it?
I don't understand your question, Your Honor.
Mr. Witness, all I am asking you is this interview of that we are referring to. Mr. Witness, my information is that this interview was sometime in July.
Let's be careful.
Yes, Mr. President. And that prior to the date that the word was suggested to you, the word weeds had not been used. That's all I'm asking you, Mr. Witness. Could you confirm that even when you looked at the statements in preparing to come and testify, you can confirm that before it being put to you in this way I've just read, the word weeds had not been used in your interviews with the prosecution?
Your Honor, I can say that when I was coming to prepare, there are some things that I added on my statement myself. It was not suggested to me, but I remembered myself, and I requested that if it's possible, I can add on my statement, Your Honor.
I'm grateful, Mr. Witness, but that's not quite exactly what I'm saying, Mr. Witness. We are not talking of January 2014. I'm talking of July of some years back, when the interview was conducted and the issue of the weeds came up. And Mr. Witness, all I'm asking you is, before the prosecution suggested to you that Mr. Sang could have used weeds, you yourself are not on record anywhere as having used the word weeds, Mr. Witness.
Your Honor, there is nothing that the prosecution suggested or asked me if either Mr. Sang or Mr. Ruto said or did. It was me who was giving my testimony or my words to the prosecution, Your Honor.
Mr. Kinginkaswa, do you think it is fair to ask a witness to point out from the statement or transcript where he would have used those terminology before. So we have a clean, clear picture of the point you're making.
I could ask you, Mr. President, if that's...
And he may not have to do that right now. He may need some time, perhaps during a break, to look at the material. That would also be fair.
I'm very happy with that, Mr. President. That's absolutely satisfactory to me.
Good.
Well, Your Honour, I will object for the witness to be given access to his transcripts in the middle of testimony in circumstances where he's been proofed over days, read the material over days, and indeed after the proofing, once again requested the statements, and once again was given them for a whole day. So, Your Honours, I would be objecting. It's inappropriate, and it would hamper, we say, Your Honour's assessment of this witness's testimony.
That's a fair point you make, Mr. Ken. Of course, what that means is the prosecutor was writing to point out certain instances in the transcript where certain words might have been used and in what context. So we also need to keep all that in mind. So for now, we will not give the witness the transcript to review over a break, but the prosecutor will need to come back to the matter in a more pointed manner later on.
I'm obliged to Mr. President and the Honours. My understanding is that we leave the issue as it is, and that the prosecution can take it up in re-examination. I think that's the best solution. Now, just to wrap up the issue, Mr. President, I can see you're looking at the time. I want to ask the witness two more questions on that issue. Now, Mr. Witness, when your memory was refreshed on that issue, you used a Kalenjin word as being the equivalent of wits. You recall that, Mr. Witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Could you tell the court what was that word?
Emulba, Your Honor.
And could you give the court the spelling? Or could you confirm that what I'm spelling is correct, that it is C-H-E-M-U-L-B-A-I?
It's correct, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Witness, I've just shown you the transcript of your interview with the prosecution. Could you kindly confirm to the court that in that transcript, that Kalenjin word is not there?
It's not there, Your Honor. I only said it in English, Your Honor.
Could you also confirm, Mr. Witness, that it was actually a testimony to the prosecution that this word was used by another politician? And I'll read for you what you said. In fact, it was not Joshua who I heard from first. There was somebody. I hope it was there. There was another politician who was with Joshua at KSFM in the morning at Lene Emet. And the first day for me to hear about the wits is from the mouth of that politician. Do you recall that, Mr. Witt?
Yes, Your Honor. I say that the first person who used the word was a politician who was at Lene Emet, but later on, Joshua used the word several times, Your Honor.
Yes, actually. You went on to say this, Mr. Witness. I can't remember who he was, and then severally I heard Mr. Joshua saying that. That's what you said.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, with the precision of memory recollection that we have come to encounter from you, could you tell us who was this politician, Mr. Witness?
I can't remember, Your Honor.
Could you tell us when it is that Mr. Joshua Sang was conducting this interview and used this word?
I don't remember. It was in Lene Emet, Your Honor, because that was the most program which Joshua used to air, Your Honor.
But that's not quite my question, Mr. Witness. My question is more of, can you recall when it was that it was used, Mr. Witness?
It was in 2007, Your Honor. I don't remember the month or the year.
Mr. President, in view of the time, I wouldn't mind stopping there.
Indeed, we'll have to take our morning break now. We will bring down the blinds and let the witness off the stand.